Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. This visual matchup of today's videos is going to be a little bit different because the messages that I've received in the last 24 hours, really even this last 12 hours, have names and, claims and all sorts of stuff that I don't want to post publicly. And also, I can't verify necessarily. And when you get sent information that you can't verify, the last thing you want to do is just casually throw it up on screen for everybody to see. We are just now less than 2 days away from Kabam's first ever attempt at a dual July 4th weekend store. And we anticipate that the unit store, which again, yes, Kabam loses 30% reportedly of each transaction to Google Play or Apple. It's the standard cut that any mobile game, regardless of profit, agrees to pay. It's why they get to use the Google Play and Apple download app store. They get to play in that sandbox. Fortnite hated that agreement, left it, and had to change their entire play and downloading structure because of it. MCOC maybe, just maybe, is willing to risk that itself because of potentially the cost-benefit analysis of better profits and maybe even game survival. We never know what the exact numbers are for the game. We just know that Kabam has laid off 12% of their staff this year and also done several things differently in terms of in-game offers, like expanding timers for you to buy items, having more than ever to buy, and just in general trying to get as much out of players as ever before. And that's not to say this is a unique business strategy for Kabam. Any company, I'm sure, does it, but it is a sizable shift and difference from what we're used to seeing. Make no mistake about it. I have done something that I never thought I would do. I've done a $5 purchase swap where, unless we're talking about Sundays, I do not purchase this Paragon Daily Special on the left. No. Instead, I purchase something that I think is a better offer because I used to spend units on Paragon crystals to duel a Nexus and a Paragon, and now I don't have to worry about that, because, of course, this is the latest preview of the website. But the information that I've been sent privately, which should concern everybody, even if it's less than 1% true, is that the new way of purchasing, which, yes, goes around the protection of Google Play and Apple, including purchase protection, which is really my biggest issue, is by a company named XSOLLA. Now, I am not familiar with this company at all. I thought it was a very strange company. Now, you can sign up for a subscription renewal with this company. They always tell you that you have that option when you purchase in an email. You can request a refund, which, again, I'm a little nervous about the likelihood of that, especially compared to the format of requesting a refund through Apple or Google Play. And yes, I know if you do that, you still get negative unit Kabam jail, but if you're done with the game, you could care less about that. The bottom line is, it's a weird company, especially when you consider some of the payment options being things like drugstore gift cards or gas station gift cards. That was a huge red flag to me, and even though I didn't do a video about that specifically on the channel, it's worth mentioning now, as others came to me behind the scenes and said, "Prof, this seems sketchy." Well, now there are reports that this website, or this company that helps run this website, have been some form of infiltrated, hacked, private data has been released, and the messages that I received in the background are people going on different chats warning people to not trust it because your credit card information, for example, could be compromised. Now, I say this with certainty. That's the case no matter what site you go to on the internet every day. And yes, some sites are more secure than others, but it is always important, if you have a main credit card, like I do, for example, on most of my purchases in anything in life, to monitor it and just see if there's fraudulent, suspicious activity. There probably isn't, but it's worth checking. With that being said, this is the last thing Kabam needs right now, just a couple days into this Summoner's Market store, that even for some of you who have sent me screenshots and what you see when you pull this up, you see like sort of transparent boxes showing where the offers are going to be. Personally, I hope that they keep this to $200 to $300 max and not the $800 in the game, because if they expect summoners to spend well over $1,000 or 2 PlayStation 5s worth of purchases, it's going to be a crazy ask. And yet we know that there are people who've spent hundreds of thousands, if not $1 million+ on this game in the lifetime of it. And so to them, $1,000 is actually chump change. I'm more worried about the dark side of MCOC, as I've talked about in previous videos this week, regarding what that would do to the psyche of the player base. Either way, Kabam better pray this is not true, because the last thing they need is lawsuits about privacy, or just in general players not confident that they should make purchases because they could be compromised with their private data. Either way, that's the rumor going around. I cannot confirm it, but I do know that it is fearful speculation, and I wanted to take the time to cover it on this channel, especially with how important this week is for the game.